So yeah, we've notched it, we've taken all the high spots, identified the low spots and filled it in. And that notch now has set the depth.
Beautiful.
Yes?
So that's now about 5 mil.
That I reckon is about 5 mil, yes.
Nice.
Alright, so now we want to lay a piece of mesh in. Right, so your mesh, you really want the lines and the EWI Pro on the outside, because as you can see there's a natural curl to the mesh.
Right.
Yeah, so if you put it that way it will hold itself to the wall.
Perfect.
So the lines there are, they're marked out at 100 mil intervals, but the black line going down is 100 mil, so that 100 mil is your overlap.
Perfect. So you know you've got 100 mil this way and 100
100 mil that way, yeah.
So we pushed our mesh into the wall, Paul. Something a wise man once said to me. He said when you put your mesh on, you do a Christmas tree method. Okay? We don't want to bed our mesh right into the system. You go down each side, just gently.
And that, does that stop those bubbles and ripples?
It stops the bubbles all taking place. If you get to the bottom here where you can see bubbles, you're coming down side to side and you're stopping any bubbles forming. So we've got our first bit of mesh on, we've got a bit of a gap left. We need to overlap by 100 mil. Obviously there's only a small section there, and we've got a whole piece of mesh. Do we have to trim this down?
Absolutely not. You can actually, as long as you've got a minimum of 100 mil, it doesn't matter.
Quite over.
Yes.
So we've put on a 5mm coat, we've used a notch spatula, got it nice and flat, put the mesh onto the surface. This wall is now completely flat.
Yep.
So as you mentioned earlier, we need to come back with a second coat. Do we do that straight away? Or?
No, I would allow that first pass to harden.
Okay.
Yeah, so 2 or 3 hours, that will be hard enough for you to apply a 1 to 2 mil coat, cotton coat over it. A butter coat is
that way we can put a bit of pressure on it without
bit of pressure.
moving around to
Yeah.
keep it flat. Yeah. Okay. So from here we're going to probably move on to the EPS now.
Yes, so we're now going to use EPS base coat on this wall.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
And we're going to do the same thing basically.
Absolutely the same thing.
So Paul,
Yeah.
I get asked a lot about how you finish it onto a bead with no nose on it. Have you got any tips and tricks?
Yeah, so it all stems back to when you're beading up. With us pulling that notch in and bedding that bead out, that should be at the 5 mil. So you're working your product into the edge of the bead.
Perfect. Because obviously, this being different to your traditional sand cements and your monocouches where you see the bead afterwards, this we're covering the bead.
We're covering the bead completely. We can do below DPC. So we picked up a little bit of aqua base there.
Perfect.
If you'd like to coat that up and bed some mesh in. But when you are meshing, make sure you bring your mesh to the bottom edge of that base rail to give it that reinforcement. We're now going to let that sit, allow it to harden before we put a second pass on. Right, so we've let this dry for 2 or 3 hours. It's now ready to receive what in the trade we call